Somebody pray for me. My dad just committed suicide and I'm a wreck. Today's been horrible. Today's been the worst day of my life. Some people say sometimes that certain things are bad, but what I experienced today was the hardest thing I've ever experienced. I've been crying my eyes out. I've been crying my eyes out. My whole family, we're all together, and I had to take a walk. If you don't already know, my dad committed suicide last night, and his very last text was to me, and he didn't push the send button. Yesterday at 2 o'clock, I got a call from my dad, and he was going through some things, and if anybody knows my dad, he's been going through things for quite a while. He struggled with alcohol, he struggled with depression, he struggled with just trying to find happiness, right? And he called me around 2 something yesterday, and I was the last person he ended up talking to. And he said, "Justin, I don't know if I can take it anymore." And if anybody knows the story of my past with my dad, this is not the first time I've heard this. I've heard this probably for a good 10 or 15 years. And he's like, "I cannot continue to keep on going on like this." I won't really get into the details, but there was like he felt like he was at a breaking point, right? It's hard. But like I said, he always told me he was proud of me.
Justin, I have to say I'm really proud of you. Thanks for everything. Thanks for the encouragement.
He always told me that he loved me. I never doubt that. I never knew this was gonna happen today. I talked to him and we got off the phone, and he sounded like he calmed down, and he sounded like things were, better. It's one thing if somebody dies because of age. It's another thing if somebody dies because of like a health situation, because you see it coming. Or a car accident, 'cause it's an accident. But when somebody gets to a point to where they take their own life because they're hurting so bad, it just breaks my heart. Especially when it's your dad. So, I'm wondering, like I said, the last text he went to send me was at 3 something yesterday. It was at 3:32 to be exact. And he sat there and said that he wants me to continue to keep on going because he's proud of me and he loves what I'm doing for the Lord. And he wants me to just continue to keep walking and talking. And he was trying to send that text to me, which never came through, but when I met with the detective today, they gave me his phone, and I was able to check the text messages, and that was the last message he was going to send to me. And he said, "Make me proud." And right now, I don't even know where to go or what to do, but I just want to do this so somebody understands, like if they see any of the warning signs of somebody that may be mentally ill or sick or depressed, that they don't take it lightly, because even if you've heard it 1,000 times that they might do something, you just never know when it can happen. You never know. This morning when I woke up, I just knew that something was going on. As I was driving down here, I sat there, and like I said, I was fighting my mind, my thoughts, and I started to think, like, what happened to him? What was he going through last night? As I'm coming down, I told my mom, I'm like, you gotta call the cops, because somebody sat there and said that he might be locked in his warehouse. And I was like, I just couldn't imagine or fathom what I saw when I got here. I was rushing down. I was speeding, going 120 miles an hour. A trip that was supposed to take 4 hours got cut in half in 2 hours, which I know that's not something good to do. But when I pulled up to where they thought that he was, or the last time I heard where he might be, all I saw was the crime tape. And you see this crap on movies, you see it on TV, but you don't ever sit there and see it with, like, you know, somebody you care about. Not just care about your dad. It's like, me and my dad have had issues throughout the years, as many of you guys know, but there's no doubt about it that, you know, I loved him and he loved me. If you got, you know, a pain with somebody or you're hurting with somebody, just make sure that you sit there and forgive them. Because you never want to sit there and have something like that happen to me today, and you be in a fight with somebody. Thank God me and my dad were on good terms, and like, I even said this part, but when I showed up, I saw the scene, and seeing the blood of your father and seeing how it happened is just the worst torture, for me at least, that I've ever been through. If you're drinking and you got issues with alcohol, just remember, not worth it. And if you're dealing with depression or anxiety or anything like that, remember, it's not worth it to sit there and get yourself to a point where you're medicating yourself with medication plus drinking. And we're going to talk about this a lot, because it's going to be part of my mission and purpose to really make my dad and his legacy something. And I apologize, I'm kind of scatterbrained and I'm all over the place, but when you lose your dad to suicide, it's something serious. Normally, I would never even think to jump on something like this, but it seems like the whole world knows already. I have a brother, I have a sister, and we've gotten massive calls, massive support, massive people calling, and I'm thankful for every single one of you guys that have reached out and, you know, showed me love and support.